2 days before Christmas, Tuesday, meteorologist Matt Noyce, 1 degree outside, Weather Network. Look, I've got the full rundown on the next 24 hours in this video. This is 1 degree outside today. We'll take you out through Wednesday morning. Let's plan out the day and the night for you. Marginal temperatures and light snowfall rates mean that actually treated roads hold up pretty well, especially chemically treated interstates and major highways. Then in the late day to early evening, we lose the sun. The temperature ticks down just a bit. The snowfall rate goes up a little bit as we get to the early evening as well. That causes slick spots to expand. The heaviest snow overall, very likely to fall on the Maine coast. We'll talk about that in a minute. Today, one of your best friends in terms of the weather will be our app. I love the radar page in past plus future mode. See where things have been and where they're going, including the rain snow line. It's free. Our app, 1 degree outside weather on the App Store and Google Play. As for an overview on the radar forecast, you can see as we get through midday, light kind of mixed precipitation into eastern parts of southern New England. I think it's going to lean towards snow, but it's a wet snow. That's certainly the moral of that story. And when you get into southeastern Mass, Bristol and Plymouth County, and particularly the South Shore running down to the Cape or the South Coast, you're going to end up finding more in the way of raindrops mixing in as we get through the course of the afternoon. Again, a lot of this not even developing until we get to late morning and midday, and even later when you get into parts of Maine, right? At 4:15, this is the time where you start to get into the heavier precipitation rates. We think probably a pulse between about 3 p.m. and 9 p.m. that comes down. And with temperatures very marginal and the sun starting to set at that point, you will find more areas flipping the snow, even south of Boston for a little while. The temperature being as mild as it is, so close to the melting point, means treatments continue to work, although you're going to find rock salt areas getting overwhelmed at times with the snowfall rates increasing, and that's why I say the slick spots will be increasing as well. By 8:30 or 9, you've still got some light snow going on or rain when you get into far southeastern New England, but notice between about 8 p.m. and midnight, a lot of that either ends or tapers down to very light snow or snow showers. So that becomes the time when we watch the narrow focused band we call a Norlun trough. It is a focused zone of lower pressure and converging wind that can focus heavy snows in events like this. Historically, it should set up somewhere between the Maine-New Hampshire border and Casco Bay. This time, it looks to set up at the mid-coast of Maine. I don't entirely trust it. So we're going to watch this very carefully. We're going with the most likely forecast, and you'll see that here in a second, but we're going to watch it real carefully for everybody at the Maine coastline down to the eastern New Hampshire seacoast. All right, I wanted to stop the predicted snow map here at about 3:15 just to show you, look how little there is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So if your kids have school today and it wasn't called off, look, will there be some snow? Yes, but again, treatments can handle a coating to an inch in eastern New England. It's a different story where it starts to turn slick in the afternoon in western New England, right? By the time we get to 9:30, now the expanding slick spots as the temperature drops a tick and the sun is gone and the snow rates pick up briefly. And then by tomorrow morning, again, right now, it looks like probably your heaviest snow is going to set up over the mid-coast of Maine. But notice we've taken that deep blue of 6 to 8 inches, running all the way back down almost to Portland. And we've also expanded the snow a little bit farther west from there, all the way to Route 16 in New Hampshire. Southern New England, you don't deal with that. It's going to be a coating to an inch or two coming in through the white area. 2 to 3, probably. The blue is technically 2 to 4, the way we've labeled it, but probably 2 to 3 as you come up through parts of interior southern New England or northeastern Mass. The farther you come up into the high terrain, elevation does make a difference because the temperature is so marginal with this event. That'll be the case in the Green Mountains, in the White Mountains, and again, then as we start to get east of Laconia, down to the Maine coastline at Kittery, up through Portland, let's watch this band really carefully. We've kind of ramped things up to a maximum at the mid-coast, but if we need to, we'll issue a notification for you, push notification on our app to let you know if it sets up a little farther south and west like history would encourage it to do. All right, meanwhile, predicted gusts today are really no big deal, so wind's not a factor until you get to tomorrow morning. If you're somebody who clears out sidewalks, driveways, walkways, things like that, notice the wind tomorrow morning coming out of the northwest, and yes, gusting 30 to 40 miles per hour, so that'll blow just a little bit of a dusting back on top of some of the areas that got cleared out. We'll watch the band of snow from Maine as it drops south on Wednesday. I think it falls apart as it tries to get into eastern Mass, but we'll be keeping you posted on that as well. Feels like forecast. Some kids still have school today. If it's a half day, you're totally good. If it's longer than that, again, we looked how western New England turns slick first. Eastern areas, not as much. And then overnight tonight, yes, it freezes. It's not an Arctic cold. And actually, we think tomorrow, even if it's windy in the morning, temperatures will still get warm enough to do some melting. So you scrape it down, and it will get some help from nature tomorrow. We will be streaming if we need to. If there's any big updates we have to bring you, they'll be there. And again, we'll push notify on the app, Smart TV, online, or on our app. That's how it looks for now. Stay safe out there and have a great day.
Bye.